Hello, how goes it? My name is Amby, and welcome to Ambysco, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a base upgrade tour, because I've made some upgrades to the base that I wasn't able to fit in the last video, just because of how long it took to build that new not processing, but sieving system. So I want to get to some of the changes, and one of the first ones here is this wacky setup with fertilized dirt and fertilized dirt farmland stuff. These are cool. I found out about these right after last episode. I was looking around at what I can do with chicken manure, and you can make fertilized dirt with it by making like a chest shape in a crafting bench. You can also use this thing here called a fertilizer sprayer, and the recipe for that is pretty simple. It just requires a liquid fertilizer bucket, some iron, and a button. And a liquid fertilizer bucket is just a chicken manure block and a water bucket. And a chicken manure block is that shape. So what the fertilizer sprayer does is it takes in some of that chicken fertilizer liquid stuff, and it can turn all of these blocks into this fertilized dirt. I took the farmland here and turned that all into fertilized dirt. And like I said, you can also make it and place it regular. And it also will bone meal crops in a wide area extremely fast and efficiently. Now, it doesn't work on these type of inferium things. It, as far as I know, does not have much of an effect in terms of the bone mealy effect. But I think it does make them grow faster when they're on the fertilized dirt. And if you watch these that I just grew, you'll see every once in a while, or rather the ones that I just harvested, wow, oh man, the words are hurting today. But yeah, the ones that I've harvested are going to get bone mealed every once in a while when they're on this fertilized dirt. So they make stuff grow really, really quickly, like way quicker than I would have ever expected. And I've been trying to find a way to grow crops quickly in this game for quite a while. If only I knew that it was that simple, it would have made getting to these chickens a much quicker grind, because I would not have needed to wait for all of this wheat to grow. I'm probably going to build a bigger farm anyway, but I didn't. Oh, poisonous potatoes. I don't think I've gotten any of those yet from that small little potato farm. But this stuff is great. I can't wait to expand our farm. I want to get a Steve's Carts farm going soon. Maybe that'll be next episode. I don't know yet what'll be next episode. But a Steve's Carts farm is coming soon, because I want to get into Steve's Carts. It's a super fun mod, and I just haven't had the chance to get around to it. Now, I don't think I talked about this in last episode. I think it did get cut from the video, but I made a big pen for all the chickens. They got shoved into it. They're like all crammed in here. There's like a ton of them, 100-ish, maybe 80 something chickens, somewhere like that, somewhere between 80 and 100 chickens in here. So there's a bunch. But all of their stuff is now getting collected by an ender hopper attached to this gold chest here. So they're automatically getting their stuff collected, and I'm manually moving it over right now just so I can keep track of how much it's creating. I can add it automatically into the system, but it's not that hard to move over such small quantities of stuff, so I've just been doing it manually. And the only reason I wasn't able to pick all that up is because my inventory was already pretty full from all this stuff that I've got in here. But I like the new chicken setup. It definitely makes it a lot easier, and I'm able to more consistently collect all of the drops. Especially, we need lots of steel for various things, since steel is really hard to make using the normal methods. Now I'm going to make a little bit of this liquid fertilizer just to show you that process. It's really not that hard. I just turn it into blocks like this, take a bunch of those, and grab some water buckets like this. I'm only going to do 2 for now. Then we can take that with the crafting system and just turn it into liquid fertilizer. And if you've got buckets, water buckets in the system already, it'll take the empty buckets, put them back into the system, and then automatically put the next water bucket into the crafting table, which is really convenient. It's really good to do it in the refined storage system, makes it way quicker to craft. Then I take the buckets, because I don't think there's a way to get the buckets to go directly into the... Never mind, I stand corrected. You can just do it that way. I was putting the buckets into a tank, one of these fluid tanks from Ender.io because I can also just right click on the fluid tank with the sprayer to fill it. But evidently you can also just craft it. So you can do that for yourself instead of using a tank. And then they just grow really quickly, all this stuff. And so much that, like, it's kind of a waste to sit there and hold down right click because all the stuff just grows so quick. You have to go harvest it before you try to bone meal it. And honestly, with all the fertilized dirt here, I don't even know if it's worth it to use it as a bone meal. It just grows so quickly. I've got more wheat than I need to feed myself, as well as all of the carrots and potatoes I will need to feed myself. And corn. Corn's actually a really decent food. Although I'm not sure about the best way to harvest it. It might get cut out of the Steve's Carts farm. I've got to expand this Inferium farm too, because right now our only real source of Inferium is the mob farm. And it gives you some, but just not enough for the crazy amounts you need for mystical farming. Like if I search Inferium, we only have 1.8 thousand, but that just does not make as much stuff as you would think it does. Might actually be able to get into some mystical farming at the end of this episode if the rest of this upgrade tour doesn't take too much time. Now, I know I did use these in the episode. I don't think I talked about them, but the compacting drawers just compress the cobblestone and store it in its most compressed form. And it can store 16 stacks of its most compressed form, which is a very good quantity. That's like storing... well, every single block of compressed cobblestone, or every single block of double compressed cobblestone is like a stack and a half of regular compressed cobblestone. So imagine having 16 times 64 times 1.5. That's like 16 times 96 or something. It's a lot. It stores a lot of cobble, like a ridiculous amount. And yeah, it's nice. These got upgraded with diamonds to tier 3, which produces a lot more, I think like 4 times more cobble than the tier 1 version. And I've also added some stuff for grid power into our base. So I've got these grid power generators called lava mills, 4 of them, and I can add more. What they do is they generate 2 grid power when they're next to a lava block. They're really simple, they're not that expensive, but they do require a little bit of extra utilities, stuff, and crafting that I'll get to as soon as I sleep now. I've also got 9 solar panels, which generate grid power each, 1 grid power each, only during the daytime. You can also get lunar panels, which generate, I think, 1.25 grid power each, only during the nighttime, but they're really not worth it when you can just use lava mills instead. We also have a resonator. This is powered on grid power, and grid power is a wireless system, so you can notice that it's up to 17 now since I've got 9 of these panels and 4 times 2 grid power each of the lava mills, so that's why it says 17 on my screen. And I'm using one of that 17 for a speed upgrade on one of the transfer nodes over at the mob farm, and I could use more. I just didn't have the resources to craft more when I was doing that because we had not built the automated sieve setup yet. And the resonator, like I said, is wireless. It doesn't have to be next to these. That is just where I placed it. It builds some stuff from extra utilities that I'm sure we will get into in a little bit more depth in another episode. I also used these magmatic generators in the last episode. They produce about half of the RF per tick. Actually, even less than that. I think they only produce 30-something RF per tick. But they do produce a fair amount, and they're nice for powering small things without having to hook them up to the power lines to power multiple stuff, or building one of these that's expensive and then not fully utilizing all the power that's coming out of it. This system has been working well. I've got actually over a stack of flint, almost 2 stacks now in the backup drawer, and all of these are full up on flint. They're full up on gravel and cobble, and they're running their way through. We should soon be able to put some upgraded capacitors in there so that all of these sieves will be running all of the time, because right now they're not. They're only running like 50% of the time because the sag mills can't keep up at full speed yet. But they will be soon upgraded, and these will be producing a lot more stuff. Not that they're not already producing a ridiculous quantity of items. 51 diamonds. I haven't even been AFK for more than maybe 2 hours. So it's producing enough stuff to get us by at this stage. And we, like I said, will have them upgraded very soon. It won't be that far away. Now, I think that actually might be all of the major upgrades I've made to the base since the last time I had a real video talking about all of that type of stuff. That seems like it's it. I'm just trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. So that means, why don't we do a quick achievement check together? We'll go through and see if we've done anything, just in case. So we've finished the farming age already. We did that completely. So we're on to mystical farming here. And we have not done anything really for mystical farming except for that first item. I do have a Supremium apple because of a loot bag, but that doesn't count. We actually have to craft it to count that. We are now in the Age of Exploration as well, but I don't think we've done anything really here. We have, yeah, we definitely haven't done stuff in the end or really at all with the Nether, so none of that. But in the Age of Machines, we've also used energy conduits now to power several machines at once, and we have not automated loot bag creation, opening, and compression, but that could be really easy to do soon, and hopefully we will have that automated crop harvesting. But we do have a refined storage, so that's an upgrade there. And we have automated the storage of ore pieces and chunks from an automatic sieve. Now, we're not storing it in a refined storage system yet, just because I wanted to be able to see the outputs in this chest to show you guys how well it's doing. But I'm going to get that hooked up soon. But we do have the storage automated. It's just storing in a different location. So I will count that quest as well. Now, let's go back here and see if there's anything else. Processing sieve materials into ingots automatically. I know it doesn't say automatically, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. We definitely are not there yet. And then after that, it starts to jump into some more crazy stuff with the Age of Power, which is definitely not going to be able to be done. Wow, that was hard. Linearly, pretty much at all, just because they require so much RF for the last one, like 1 million RF per tick. Right now, we're creating like less than 150 total. I think we're getting 80 from the one big generator, and then the two lesser generators maybe creating 70 between the two, so maybe 150. We're a long ways off from 1 million RF per tick, but we'll get there eventually, hopefully. We also need to get chickens automated soon. That would be really helpful. So I totally got distracted after that achievement check. What I meant to do was to go back and start working on a little bit of the stuff from mystical farming for the last 10 or 15 minutes in this episode. So let's check out the quest back in mystical farming for what we need to do next. And it was to craft a diamond seed. So what is the recipe for a diamond seed, you might ask? And my answer is, I also don't know. So let's check. Diamond seed right there, and it requires Supremium essence and tier 5 crafting seeds. So we're gonna have to work our way up and get all of these levels of stuff, so prudentium and inferium and all of that kind of stuff. Like, how do we make prudentium? That's the recipe. So let's make, I don't know, we have 1,000 something of this inferium. So if we make a few hundred prudentium, like 200 worth, that's like 4 stacks, we'll still have some inferium left. So for 200-ish, a little over 200 is probably fine. How much inferium do we have left? Let's check. I wish you could hold backspace to get those letters to go away, but they don't. So inferium, we now have 867. So we did not burn through it. We do have a fair bit of it now that the mob farm has been running so long. So now we need to go to the next level. What comes after inferium and prudentium? It is this intermedium stuff. So we've got, what was it? 4 stacks of prudentium. So we could make a stack of intermedium. I'm not going to make a stack, but we'll make, I don't know, like 48 for now, because we do need a little bit of this prudentium. So 48 should leave us with a stack of prudentium. Then we got to use this to make superium and then supremium. Oh, I always get those two mixed up. I forget there's superium and then supremium. That's very confusing. Okay, so superium essence, we will make, well, we're going to make enough to leave us with a little bit of intermedium. So why don't we make 8? Because that's really 8 will leave us with 16 of this intermedium. Wow, this, like I said, we need a ton of inferium to get through some of these stages. Because now we need to go to Superium, and Superium is going to use up all of, or sorry, Supremium is going to use up all of our Superium just to make 2 pieces of Supremium. We do have all of the levels now, I think. We go to Essence, and I take out this iron to get it out of the way. We've got all of the levels except for Fertilized Essence, but you can't even make that. Fertilized Essence, I don't think, is something that you can get. And if it is, it's definitely not the highest level. It's like completely unrelated because it's just like bone meal. So we've got all of this. We're definitely going to need more of this Prudentium. So why don't we craft up a little bit more of the Prudentium? And by a little bit more, I mean enough to where there's maybe only 100 inferium left. So 1 more of these should leave, almost exactly 100 left. Then we can craft a bunch more intermedium because we're going to need a bunch more of that. So, well, we'll craft a stack of, oh no, that's Prudentium. I need intermedium. Why does that, I wish it would sort in the right direction. It's supposed to be inferium, then Prudentium, but it's got Prudentium first. Oh, it's because of the quantity. It's in quantity mode, not in alphabetical order. So what did we craft before out of the intermedium? I don't know how much. We could craft a stack. No, we can't. We can craft a half stack? We'll see. Let me go down. I'll go down to there's like 100 of this green stuff, whatever the green stuff is called. Yeah, that's about 100 left. And now we've got all the intermedium. We can craft a little bit more Superium and hopefully enough Supremium to get that diamond seed. How much did it require again? Diamond. Oops. Ooh, I just tabbed out of my screen. There we go. We're fixed now. I don't know what I did there. All right, diamond. It is very hard to type with the keyboard when it is being blocked by your microphone. So diamond seed, like that. So we need 4 Supremium and another 4 Supremium. I don't know if we have enough for that. Well, we're going to have to use all of our intermedium that we've got right now to get to that. I know for a fact. Because we're going to need 8 Supremium. So we still need another 12 more of this Superium. I don't think we're going to have enough at all. There's no way. Me convert up a ton more of this intermedium, just as much as we can get. And then as much as we can get of this Superium, we need 12 more, I said. There's 8 more. We still need 4. Yeah, there's no way we can get all the way up there. There's just so much required to get up to the higher levels of mystical farming. It's such a grind to get up there. Wow, that's kind of insane. What is the requirement for a master infusion crystal? We might actually have the stuff for that. Let's see. So it's, oh man, a bunch of epic bacon, 4 Supremium, which we can actually make, but a nether star, and we definitely can't make a nether star yet. Not a chance that we can make a nether star, and I don't think we have access to all these dyes. Man, that is rough. Like, this pack is very grindy until you automate a lot of the factors. So, well, I guess since we kind of failed on on getting upgraded Supremium, or upgraded to Diamond to do that achievement, why don't we start on Steve's Carts? I don't know that we'll finish it, but I've got about 10 minutes left in this episode, so we can hit a little bit of Steve's Carts stuff. Pull up at Steve's Carts. And we're going to need a, whatever that block is called, that is the main Steve's Carts block. I have no idea. It's a cart assembler, maybe? It's one of these things. These are like junctions and detectors and stuff. So it's got to be a cart assembler. And that's a cargo manager. So that's a different item. So a cart assembler is going to take some simple PCBs, which we've got the resources for. And then we don't have stone. It's like we really have so many things that we just don't have access to on a quick basis. I feel like we've got to get a better furnace setup as well. Why don't I get the alloy smelters on the power line? Because we've got, I think, just one of them actually right now. Oops. Alloy. There we go. Oh, And I said we can't make any capacitors, but we actually do have, like I said last episode that we couldn't make capacitors, but we have energetic alloy from something. I assume it's from a loot bag because I don't think I made any. No, I definitely didn't make any. This should craft or smelt 3 times faster than the regular furnaces that we have. Let's throw in 3 stacks of cobble. That way we've just got some backup stone in the system in case we need it for anything. And now that I've put all 3 of those in, it should go, if I go to furnace only just in case, it should automatically give me 3 stone when it's done with the one operation. And I don't think it costs, it doesn't cost any more RF to do that. It's very efficient when you use an alloy smelter versus a regular furnace, and they're very slow and only just 1 at a time. We got to get those automated though. It's such a pain to deal with all this like crazy modded stuff without proper automation. So back in here on the @StevesCarts page, at Steve is really enough to get the stuff you want. We can get a cart assembler. Let's check out the cart assembler. I've never done Steve's carts before, so I have no idea how some of this works. Whoa, that is a big menu. Okay. So we need to start making a cart, we have to add a cart hull to the hull slot, which I assume is this top one in the left that isn't labeled. I think you need to put fuel into it. So let's grab some coal. I think I can get coal over in our diamond chest here. Yes, I can. And we can dump some fuel in there because I'm pretty sure that's what it uses. Now, it might use lava. Nope, it does use coal. And we put 2 stacks in? No, I don't know what this slot is. I wonder what this one's for. All right, and we need a hull. So let's look up hull in NEI. We can use a wooden hull, a standard hull, a reinforced hull, a mechanical pig, which seems to just be a worse wooden hull. Oh, it's made with pork chops. That's funny. And oh, a Galgadorian hull. Those are really good, but it requires Galgadorian metal. Oh yeah, those are kind of expensive. Oh man. Oh yeah, those are not cheap. What is the Eye of Galgador or whatever? These. Yeah, this requires a ton of stuff. So we'll go with reinforced, I think. Can we afford reinforced metal? It's iron ingots, a hardened mesh. I don't know. I mean, we could, but it's just a really complicated crafting recipe. I guess we're going to drop down to, at least for now, a standard hull for the first one. I might prep all the stuff for that crafting recipe for next episode because that is really complicated and too much to do on camera. Let's get 2 iron wheels as well as now a full standard hull and drop that in and see what our options are here. So put that in. Oh, it unlocks all the slots we've got for things now. So we can put in 3 engines. That's a lot of engines. See what engine options there are now. Engine from Steve's Carts. That's these here. So you can get solar, basic solar, coal, thermal engines. What's the thermal engines? Oh, they'll use lava. And then you can use another thermal engine. Hold on. We gotta filter this to just Steve's Carts so that I'm not seeing random stuff. So Steve, and then I search engine. So these are all of our engine options. We've got solar and coal engines, as well as tiny coal, basic solar, which I guess is cheaper than regular, compact solar, which is bigger than regular. Okay. Then a thermal engine and an advanced thermal engine and a different thermal engine. But this one uses plus 5%. But this one's got a tank that's internal. Okay. And this, oh, these are upgrades maybe. This uses more as an upgrade. I'm really not sure because it's not a consistent design scheme. And then this one's an upgrade. There's not very clear definition on what it is because this is a thermal engine goes into an advanced thermal engine, but then this looks kind of like an upgrade. It doesn't look like a regular engine, but it says an internal tank, whereas this one says it requires a tank. This one doesn't say that. So first, let's try a coal engine first because that's like the most simple one. Solar engines are a little bit more complicated. They've got like advanced PCBs and stuff, but we can make just a simple coal engine for very cheap. So let's throw that in. Steve's Carts has so many different modifications. It's like hard to keep track of all of them, especially as someone who hasn't really done it before. And now we can make a coal engine with all of the stuff that we've got. It's just a pretty simple crafting recipe. We can plop that into the cart, and that should just add the coal part. It doesn't add anything else. Oh, wow, these have an assembly time? Okay, that's interesting. Now a tool. So what tool options do we have? What attachments, storage, add-ons? Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. So Steve, again, we can look through all this crazy stuff. So we've got side chests, top chests, front chests, internal storage, extracting chests, torch placer. We definitely don't need like drills or anything, or automatic rail making or any of that type of stuff, but we do need a farmer. We could also use a woodcutter. That would be nice. We don't need like a hydrator or anything because we've got a water setup. It's not that hard to do water. And we don't need fertilizer. So I think our best option is going to be like a basic farmer, or maybe there's a more expensive farmer. Where is the farmer options? So Steve farmer. Ah, there we go. So a Galgadorian farmer, which again, those are very complicated, but we can make a basic one. Let's pop back over to the crafting grid and make up a basic farmer with a couple more of these PCBs. Actually, why don't we just get a couple more of them again on hand, and we can get our farmer. We go back over here again. We can plop that in now. Oh man, that's cool looking. It's got the farmer on it. Now we have to put some storage in, so why don't we get some chests? I don't think it matters where we put them, except for I don't think it can be a front chest because we've got the farmer. I think it's got to be like side chests or something, or maybe like a top chest. I don't know what the difference is between any of these. And this is an input chest with 21 slots. Interesting. So this inputs things. It's a chest to add inputs into modules, I guess. I don't know. Why don't we go with a side chest? Because that seems like a good option. There's nothing on the sides of the cart. We need a chest lock. Oh, we don't have any iron? Oh, man. Hope we've got some over here. Oh, man. No iron? Wow, did I use it all? We do have a block in the system. Let's pour that out and get ourselves a couple ingots there. Can't believe I used like all of our iron. But we do have plenty coming in from the diamond chest over here. So I should just be able to craft some up. It's actually not that much because I do have diamond sieves on most of these, or on two of them anyway. Got a diamond sieve on the dust one and one on the gravel one. But I've got a iron stiffened mesh on the one for sand because that's giving us iron, and sand doesn't really have any great drops except for I think just, yeah, the regular ones. There's nothing special, but the gravel has diamonds and we need the redstone from the dust. So what was I doing? Oh, iron. Totally got distracted again. We can plop out a little bit more iron out of the system as well. I don't know how many ingots we've got left, so I just want to check so that I don't accidentally pull too much out. We've got 3, so I can go one more on this as well when it is done cooling off. But we've got enough iron to go back and make our carts now. So we get a chest lock. Oh, that actually makes a lot of locks. Makes 8. I feel like that's a ton. Then we need chest panes. So we need huge ones and regular ones, but it makes a ton when you just make chest panes. So why don't we just make, I don't know, 2 stacks of them? I think that's enough. Then we need to make 2 large ones and 2 huge ones, or 4 huge ones. That should be all the ones that we need. Yep. We can put a side chests on it now. Cool. All right. So it looks like we've got a mostly functioning thing now. It should move, it should farm, and it should put stuff into the chests. And it takes 12 minutes to assemble. There's got to be a way to speed that up. There's no way we're going to finish assembling it before we get off camera then, if that's how long it takes. Let's take a look at some of the other attachment options we've got. Fertilizer, which definitely doesn't need it. Liquid sensors. Oh, these are for like mining carts, and then like entity detectors. That's really cool. A seat. I kind of want a seat so we can ride our farming cart like a tractor. Hold on. I'm making a seat. I don't know if we'll put it on just because that's kind of a waste of modules. You can put a brake handle. Man, there are so many cool things. Advanced control system. There's tons of crazy stuff. A shooter? What does a shooter do? Get pipes and a shooting station. Just like shoot bullets. You can shoot bullets out of a Steve's cart and dynamite. There's just so many random things. Like a melter. There's so many random stuff. I love Steve's Carts. It's just such a cool mod. There's so many things in it that you can do crazy stuff with. There's a chunk loader, which is really nice for automatic mining Steve's Cart, which is obviously totally useless in this version of, or in this mod pack, because we're in a skyblock world, but it's still really cool. And I think you can power these with lava, which is what those thermal generators are. A lawnmower? Oh, I bet that's useful for those, for making like flower farms. I bet you can use that for it. Then these are like, some of these are up. Wait, Steve's Arcade. Hold on. What is that? I'm making one of those too. I gotta know what a Steve's Arcade is. And a hardened woodcutter. So we've got upgraded woodcutters as well. Ore extractors, milkers. Oh, crafter? What are you gonna use a crafter for? Cake server. Yeah, there's tons of stuff here. I don't think there's anything else really that we are super important for a farm, especially when we've got that fertilized grass stuff. I mean, we could upgrade to a Galgadorian farmer, which I think has just more durability. And then these kind of hold torches, I guess, for light. I know it's got a torch placer. I wonder what a tri-torch does. I don't even know if that goes on the cart. I think you might just place that on the ground. Like, what happens if I try to place it? No, it can't be placed. Is it used? Oh, it's used to make a torch placer. Okay, it's not like it's just like a crafting ingredient. And then all of these are like crafting ingredients for different things, like the extracting chest, the cargo manager, that kind of stuff. What about these dynamic panes? Yeah, for the extracting chests, which I don't know what those do. And then cleaning. I wonder what the cleaning does. Like, so much stuff. Like, and then I'm just like, oh man, that sounds interesting. What does that thing do? Batteries. That's actually seems pretty good for like when you have solar panels on it. Crane cart can pick up carts to modify them. Well, I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm sitting here like spending a ton of time on this episode just talking about the things that we could do in Steve's Carts, because it's just so like, I hope you're excited by this type of stuff, all these crazy Steve's Carts things. Oh, and I think these are upgrades for the cart assembler. Module assembling time minus a minute, or minus like 2 minutes. Cart assembling time minus a ton. What does that cost? Oh, the expensive. That's what it costs. So these are all upgrades for the cart maker. Like, generate a ton of power in the thing. It makes a bunch of power, I guess. But you need a battery upgrade. I wonder, we could definitely make a power crystal. Let's see, because it's not that expensive. I want to see what that is. It's like my motto right now is just, I want to see. I want to try it. We need a blank upgrade. Reinforced metal. Never mind. If you need blank upgrades for all these things, there's no way, because reinforced metal is way too complicated for me to get into right now with all this. We need tons of obsidian and stuff. So I guess we will put together the cart that we've got, and, or at least put the stuff into it. Oh, Steve's Arcade requires a seat. Well, I made a seat. So we've got the seat. And I will click this button right now, but you are not going to be able to get to see it till next episode. You will have to come back next episode and see our new Steve's Cart, as well as see it set up with the farm. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a little bit of a longer episode with just a little bit of inventory time more than usual, because I was looking at all the Steve's Cart stuff, but I hope you enjoyed. There should be a ton of fun stuff we can do with Steve's Carts, a ton of crazy things that can be done with it that are fun. And then we also will be moving into some crazy new automation now that we have an abundance of resources here in this chest. And maybe an automated smeltery. Oh man, there's just so many things that you can do in modded that I'm excited to do. Things that I'm like missing over on the vanilla server. There's vanilla things that are fun, but like modded just has so many options. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like. If you want to see more of my content, please throw over a subscribe. And if you want to get notified every time I post a video, especially because my video posts have been a little bit inconsistent in timing lately, you got to hit the notification bell to get those notifications. Other than that, I hope you had a good day. Bye-bye.